thanks for clicking on the video. So this is day 2. I stayed here last night. Before I stayed here, well, I finished off the wall. So in the back of the shelter, for the last few weeks that's been open, so I finished off that wall. I left a little gap for the wood stove. I fitted the wood stove. I cooked up some great food last night. If you haven't seen day 1, click back, watch day 1 and come and rejoin me right now for day 2. So one thing I always do when I'm out camping, especially if I'm here for a few nights, is I'll just turn my sleeping bag inside out and I'll just hang it in a tree just to air it out. Dog's going crazy. Come on, give me that. I don't know who loves it more, me or the dog. Oh, give me that. Give me that. So the reason why I've put this in is because this is a sawhorse and it just helps to have like 2 pins either end, so that when you place a log in or a big length of wood, it doesn't fall off, it holds it in, so you can easily saw it down to length. It's a job I've been meaning to do for about 6 months. So I'm just gonna, don't really have to, but I'm just gonna take it down to make it level with the other ones. And the wood I've used for this, I've used some really nice seasoned beech. So a nice hardwood compared to a lot of the softer wood in this woodland. And that bit of firewood now. And while I'm here, I'm just going to saw up a little bit of firewood for later on, because I'll be staying here tonight once again. And this is what I'm going to use to create some sort of shelf, so I can hang things up, I can put things up on the shelf. It will be fixed to the wall, things like the kettle, pots and pans, maybe a few candles, I don't know, whatever I need it for. And the thing about this is my solar powered power station. Well, we'll talk about that shortly, but it means I can now get it off the ground and I can do things like charge my batteries so I can keep filming for you guys, because we all do run out of batteries at some point. I do have an external, like I think the brand is an Anchor brand, but it's a portable battery pack, and they don't last very long, especially when you're charging 2 or 3 of these batteries every single day. Having this is going to be amazing, I'm sure it is. And you can see there it's charging. Big shout out to Jackery, and in true British fashion, I think that shelf deserves a cup of tea. There's only one way to eat a kiwi fruit: when you have no spoon. I don't think you're allowed to eat kiwi fruits, Amber. Oh, so good. So healthy as well. Such a high vitamin C content. So I'm going to try and split this one down, because it's a little bit thicker. It's quite heavy, but I'll try and split it down to see if I can get a thinner slice of wood. I would normally put another wedge in there. Okay, slight change of plan. Let's see if this will work. Oh, look at that one, absolute beauty. I think I've just made 2 shelves. We'll trim these off. And that's another shelf done. It reminds me of being at home during lockdown. House renovations. I'm sure we've all done it. If you've got any other ideas of things I can do inside this log cabin shelter, let me know below by leaving me a comment. And while you're there, if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And as for the Jackery portable power station, well, this is the solar panel. The power station is inside. This solar panel is the Jackery Solo Saga 100 watt. You can see how thin it is. It's super lightweight, folds down to almost nothing. Great, I guess, you know, great for people that have got vans, if you're out camping, if you got a 4x4. Great for powering up your batteries when they're flat, or maybe you could just recharge things from the power pack. The solar panels are just, it's something that I've not really used before, these solar panels, and I think it's going to be a game-changing moment for this off-grid, well, which will now be an off-grid bushcraft camp. Now let's talk about the power pack. But before we do that, let me just remind you that Jackery are offering 10% off these solar panels for this week only. And this is the Jackery Explorer 500 portable power station. It's got a 3-pin mains plug so that I could probably sit here and actually edit this video before it goes out. Or there's 3 USB sockets. There's also the old school cigarette lighter so that you can charge up whatever devices you have when it comes to using the 12 volt. It tells you the input from the solar panels, it tells you the output that you're using, and it gives you a percentage of how much power is left. Again, I think this is going to be a game changer for this bushcraft off-grid camp. And if you missed all that, don't worry, I'll put links below. Nice. My camera battery's charged, and I've just remembered I need to charge this up for tonight before it gets dark. So food-wise, food for tonight, well, if you didn't see how I prep for my camping expeditions, my overnighters, my couple of days here at the bushcraft camp, then again, have a look back at the day 1 of this 3-day adventure. Anyway, so I've got potatoes here, a little bit of tin foil, and just to give it a little bit more flavour, because I'm going to be baking these in the fire or in the wood stove. Oh, I need to refill this. I'll just use it all. I'm just going to add some mixed herbs because I know that's going to give it some real nice flavour. So again, super simple, just potatoes. I'm going to scrunch that up, and then I'm just going to put this into the wood stove. Push everything to the back. Place these right there. So another question that people often ask me is, how do I keep things like my camping cutlery, my chopping board, my pots and pans, my wooden cookser, how do I keep those clean? Well, quite simple really, just like you guys would do at home. But again, there's no running water here, so I have to bring all the water with me. I use just a simple bottle of washing up liquid. I use the same bottles to store oil when I go out camping, and a little scouring pad. That, with a bit of water, that is all you need. Yeah, simple. So it's now about 2, maybe 3 hours later. It's dark. I'm about to cook up some food. I've just been over to the Roundhouse and I made this, I don't know, about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah, I drilled out the top. There is what's left over of a candle. So what I'm going to do is light it so that it burns out completely, which will make it a bit easier to clean out so I can put a new candle in. So in the meantime, time to drink a beer, and yeah, I'm going to put the pan on, get that warmed up. Food wise tonight, something different food to what I cooked up last night. Again, if you want to see what I cooked up last night, check out day 1. But yeah, beer time. And yes, if you missed the last video, I did a bit of a merch plug. Just to remind you all, Christmas is coming, we all know that. Merch wise, I've got t-shirts and hoodies. However, I've got these things which are like a bit more useful when it comes to camping. I've got cookware, so it's all about cooking good in the woods. That's what I believe in. They're all branded. I've got cooksers, different types, titanium sporks. I've got fire lighting equipment. Have a look on the Bushcraft Tools website. The code will be below. Make sure you get in there quick. They're selling very fast already. Think ahead, it's Christmas, family, friends, loved ones, so on. Get in there. Right, back to cooking. Bit of oil in the pan. Just like the washing up liquid, I've got these little bottles. They're great for transporting things like oil. And for tonight, I've got these spicy sausages. And then to go with it, I've got some, what have I got? I've got some red onion, I've got some garlic I'm going to cook up with the red onion, and some broccoli, and also the potatoes are in there. Bit of a basic meal, but it'll do. Oh, look at them. I've just taken off a bit of the tin foil just to give them a little bit of colour as well. They're looking good. Woo. I tell you what, I'm running out of ideas when it comes to cooking. Let me know if you've got any ideas. Type them below in the comment section, please. Well, this is it. Just a very basic meal in the woods. Broccoli, sausages, potatoes, red onion and a bit of garlic. Simple but tasty. Spicy sausages, which aren't actually that spicy. Oh, hold on. Nah, they're not very spicy. Let's try these potatoes. They're good. They could do with a bit of butter, but then again, we're in the woods. Got to make do with what you got. I guess I could always dip them in the fat that's left over in the pan. Ooh. Hot. Ooh. Oh, that was hot. Wow. Nice bit of crunch to the broccoli. And again, if you haven't yet subscribed and you want to subscribe, all you've got to do is hit the red button. And also, for those people that have Instagram, and if you want to follow me, see what I get up to on a daily basis, just follow me on Instagram. There's a link below, or search at BUSHCRAFT TOOLS. And while you're there, you might as well follow my dog Amber. She's at FoxRedAmber on Instagram. I do like a bit of crunch to my broccoli. There's nothing worse than an overcooked bit of broccoli. It's actually been a really nice meal. That's what we do. Clean plate, cooking good in the woods. Nothing to see here. Well, that's the dishes done. It's always nice to just keep everything a bit tidy before you go to bed. So that's why I like to clean the dishes. And the chopping board, you don't really want things drying out on the chopping board because it's just not very nice to clean the next day. Right, Amber. Oh, I reckon give it half an hour and we go to bed. Hey, it's already quite late, isn't it? And then it'll be bedtime, won't it? Big ears. Dumbo. This is my pillow. Believe it or not, it's actually quite a nice pillow. I don't need much, just need a simple something to rest my head on. Well, bedtime for me, bedtime for Amber. Thanks again for watching. Hey, you want me to give you a scratch? Oh, thanks again for watching. See you tomorrow morning. Good night. Hey, go to sleep now. Hello. Hello. Amber, it's too early. Well, good morning everybody. I have no idea what time it is. I didn't sleep that well, to be honest with you. I slept a lot better on the first night, but a nice cup of tea should do the job. Hey. Yeah, I got squashed in the middle of the night by Amber. First night she slept down the bottom of the bed, which wasn't too bad, but last night, she slept on me. Hey, didn't you? Oh yeah, you did. Hey, I know what you want. I know exactly what you want. So every morning, Amber loves a carrot. Go on then. See ya. So I've got a cup of tea. Now, I want to cook up a bit of breakfast. Again, very basic food for breakfast. I still can't get over how warm it is in here with the stove going. I think adding the debris to the roof, so creating almost like a turf roof but with a debris roof, that has really helped with keeping in the heat. It's created a nice thick layer of insulation, a nice jacket to cover this otherwise what would be a cold shelter, especially if I didn't have the wood stove. No, you've had a carrot. You're going to have your breakfast after I've eaten. Remember? Well, it might just be a fried egg sandwich, but I tell you what, so good. So tasty. Breakfast done. Again, cooking good in the woods. That's what we do. Merch link in description. Right, gonna slowly pack things away. Gotta let the fire go out in the wood stove. Give the sleeping bag another 10 minutes. Pack up all my rubbish. Yeah, it's been a really good one actually. It's been a good few days in the woods. It was nice on day one to finish the back wall where there was a huge gap where the flue goes through. So basically I patched it all up like you saw hopefully in day one, in the video for day one. And then I got a few stones and I just plugged the area where the flue goes through the wall. And yeah, first time using this wood stove in this log cabin, and I think it sits, or it fits really well. You know, it suits it really well. It's so hot in there. Next time I'm gonna have to bring some sort of like thermometer just to show you guys how hot it is inside compared to outside. Other projects I've done, I've did the shelves. That was good fun actually. I was surprised that the shelves were that easy, the wood was that easy to split. I did try and choose a piece of cedar that didn't have lots of knots in it, because that way it would make it a lot easier to split. And then I'm looking at it right now, the sawhorse, it always needed that second peg. There was always one peg missing, and it just holds everything in place. So yeah, pretty good couple of days in the woods. Nice to have a bit of time to myself, me and Amber. Yeah, I love this sort of thing. I love it when it's cold weather. I love a bit of cold weather camping. So I might get out and do some hot tent camping soon. I'm not too sure, but yeah. And it's also been nice to test out the solar panel as well as the battery pack that comes with it. This is usually just a bushcraft camp, but using this, it takes it to another level. It means it turns it slightly more off-grid. And one more thing that I'd really like to do is improve the door. The door was just a leftover panel of hazel that I built with Mike from TA Outdoors. It was for when we built the roundhouse. And what I mean by that are the walls. Well, the walls are built with these hazel hurdles, I believe they're called, which we've then created a mix of clay and also straw. And we've almost, well, we kind of cladded that wall with this with this straw and clay mixture. And I just know that I can improve that door. So I think next time I come to the woods, what I'm going to do is spend the whole day building a new door for it. I'll have to go and source the wood. Obviously, everything I've used here, this wood is managed. So a lot of the wood I've used because the trees have had to come down to make room for more sunlight to hit the forest floor or to hit other trees. It was probably very overplanted many years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna have to source the wood, find some. There is plenty of wood lying around. I'll just show you, like there you can see there's lots of wood lying around on the floor. I'll just have to find wood that isn't rotten, something I can create a good sturdy solid frame to replace this otherwise flimsy door. However, it's been good for the last few months. For the time being, it's worked well, but I know I can improve it. And that's the thing with your bushcraft camp, it's you're always looking around, you're thinking about how well did you do, what could you have done better, again, what improvements could you make. So next time I'm going to come and I think I'll replace the door. Yeah, I've reached the point where I'm running out of ideas to do to this log cabin build. I still want to create a little bit of a porch area, so I'll have a bit of an overhang, maybe a few more logs, And I always mentioned in a few videos ago, I always mentioned that I wanted to have some kind of like some banister, some natural banister like railings with a little opening here, maybe a little gate, I don't know. But those are the two things that I would like to do next. One is improve this porch, and the other is make a new door. If you've got any other ideas, please let me know in the comments below. I think I'm going to call it a day. I want to pack away my things. I've had a bit of breakfast, I've had a nice cup of tea. I've had 2 cups of tea actually, because as we Brits do, we love a cup of tea. Pack away my things, I'm going to head back. Yeah, but until then, I just want to say thank you so much if you're still watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the comments, suggestions, your lovely words for my dog Amber. If you have anything you'd like to comment, let me know below. Again, don't forget 20% off the merch using the link below. It's Christmas coming up soon, don't forget. Thanks a lot, see you in the next video. Goodbye.